favorite pieces, like the 11-inch pan, the big pan, and then the small pan, and the casserole. I mean, that's what you need at home, not only to cook, but to bake. I mean, once you have that cookware, you're going to say, how did I live without it? You can buy the most expensive stove. If you don't have the right cookware, forget it. I won't come to your house because I will bring my own cookware, and I do that very often. I remember I had a friend in Washington, very wealthy, beautiful house. I walk in the kitchen, I said, wow, what a beautiful stove. They had the little Cornish stove. Right. I go in the cabinet behind underneath, and they had this cheap casserole. So I told the housekeeper, I said, don't you have some better casserole? She said, no, that's what I cook with. I said, how can you? She said, yeah, they yell at me all the time that I burn stuff. So I sent her my set of
oh, you did?
cookware, and you know what? She sent me a nice note back and said, you saved my job. Now everything is easy.
That's awesome. Yeah. And we've got the cookware available. All right, now we're going to talk about your famous mixing bowls.
Okay.
If you ever thought, wait, mixing bowls can be famous, they are. And these are the best-selling mixing bowls that we have at HSN. You're getting a 14-piece set. This is completely upgrading all those old nasty bowls you had under your cabinet.
All the mess you have at home, you can throw it out.
This
is a good one.
Oh, look, I love the dented one. Here's the one that's permanently stained.
You know why? When you have cheap plastic bowl, if you put tomato sauce or anything in here and let it sit in here, it attacks the plastic. And you cannot put that in the oven. You cannot heat up anything in here. It's terrible. So
and you would never serve out of this. Ever, ever, ever.
If you have things like that at home, open your window and throw it out the window, and that's it.
The neighbors won't mind. All right, so let's go through what you did and why you picked these sizes.
All right, now, we all need a big bowl. You're going to say, well, you know what, Wolfgang, I don't really need a big bowl. But if you have 3 or 4 people and you want to toss a salad, Caesar salad, butter lettuce salad, you need the big bowl because if you have a tongue, use a tongue. If in a small bowl, you can move around. You cannot toss it properly. So it's really important to have it. I know out there you don't have a lot of space. So what we did now is if you don't want to have everything separated, look at that.
Totally net.
They fit all into each other. We have it together here, in here, and then put the covers. Look at that.
That's
here
everything.
They are. All of them
pieces.
right in here.
That's awesome. Okay, so here's what you're getting.
So you don't need the more space than the biggest bowl, so it makes life really easy.
You're getting the 8-quart, the 5-quart, the 3-quart. He's covered it all. The 1.5-quart, you're getting 3 of the 0.4-quart mixing bowls, and of course you're getting all the lids to go with it as well.
Exactly.
Really quickly, I want you to know I have already sold 1,300 of these, and here's what we did for his last show. Holiday price, 2 flex pays, and I know 50% off retail. I know there's a famous W store that has 4 of these bowls, and they're $100 for 4. Here, you're getting 14 pieces total.
This is 8 in 10 stainless steel. It's the most durable thing you can have. It even has the measurements inside, so you know how much it has.
See that? Awesome, right in there. So you actually, that's great because you're not dirtying up a bunch of other stuff.
Exactly. So you see it right here. You can see it from the outside, maybe easier. See here it is. It's actually the inside. So if you put 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters.
Here, I'll show you so you can see it. It's right there. Oh, you see it really easily.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys have made this a customer pick. Do you know there's 191 people who've made this a 5-star customer review, and it's a bowl? Yeah. It's got to be a darn good bowl if people are commenting on that.
Well, you know what? It is really an amazing thing. So if you want to make a simple dressing, if you make it in a plastic, vinegar and plastic don't mix together really well. Why? Because the vinegar will attack the plastic. So, and then you don't have the right flavor. But this one does not transmit flavors or anything like that, or color.
Yeah.
And so you put in a little vinegar. For example, I'm making a dressing here. A little vinegar, a little salt and pepper, a little mustard. If you like onions, put a little onions in here, or shallot. And then you put the oil in here. So it's so simple and so easy. Now, after that, you say, okay, I'm going to take a salad with me to the office. You know how this cafeteria food are generally terrible for you, but not anymore. You don't have to worry anymore. So what you do, you make your dressing at home, and you put it right in one of the small containers. Because we don't want to mix the salad at home, and then you eat it 2 hours later. It will be wilted and soggy and terrible. So now you cover that well. Squeeze it here and look at that. See, that's right in here.
Not even dripping out.
Nothing is dripping out. So now, if you are alone, for example, you take a smaller bowl with you. You put your greens in here, kale, romaine, whatever you like, a good amount. And then Even the cheese, if you want some cheese, you can keep it separated.
Put it all in there, right?
Put it all in here, and then put the dressing in here. If you want, throw a few tomatoes on the side. All right. And then you cover it. You take it to the office, and that's it. You can prep that the night before and still have great salad the next day.
But it could be your friend's book club. You got a book club, and everybody's got to bring something to eat for it.
Exactly.
You take the whole thing like that.
Use the big bowl.
That's right, use the big bowl.
You could put all that stuff in the big bowl here, cover it up, and that's it.
You know what else you're going to love about the big bowl? You could serve and chill wine in there.
Yeah.
How many times you have people coming over, and you're like, wait, I've got 4 bottles of white, I got to keep it chill.
Or a few bottles of beer or anything.
Beer could be in here.
Use it as a soup terrine, or Marianne is baking in it even. So
sure.
You couldn't bake with a plastic bowl.
That's true.
So with this you can.
Explain why you did the shape that you did and why this is really flat on the bottom.
I like it because you want it to be stable on your table.
Right, you don't want it
like that.
rocking over.
No, if it doesn't have the flat surface on the bottom,
right,
you wouldn't be able to do that. So that's it. And then I made it nice, so if you want to whisk something, it's easy to whisk too. Now look at that here. So I can make the salad. I add a little bit of my cheese here, or the carrots here. And then we add a little dressing. So now, even if you prepped everything the day ahead, it will be done. So you put the cover on.
Now watch how he mixes this.
Look at that. That's so easy to mix. Mix it one time like that.
And it makes it really even.
It.
The dressing gets distributed evenly.
And then you have your salad perfectly tossed. Look at that here. So then, give me the thing. So that you have it here. And now you take it and put it on your plate for you and your friends. So that's enough for 2 people salad.
There you go. And that's the smaller
freshly
bowl.
tossed. So you think you don't have to go to a cafeteria, you don't have to go anywhere. You eat healthy, you know how much food you want, and you know the ingredients you have there.
And so I was reading the reviews because I love my job, and I'm a nerd, and I read what you guys write. I know you read them too.
Yep.
And the one gal said she loved it that she could prep, serve, and store all in one bowl.
Exactly.
She thought that was brilliant. And a lot of people commented about that.
Yeah.
Prep, serve, and store. Everything in one bowl. It's easy to clean these. They're all machine or dishwasher safe.
Dishwasher safe, everything.
And they come with a 5-year manufacturer's warranty, which I thought was great. When was the last time? Where's that little... Oh, you threw the creepy plastic bowl.
Yeah.
That plastic bowl, you did not get a 5-year warranty from the manufacturer on the creepy orange plastic bowl.
And they cost you as much as this one.
That's so true. Yeah, none of these, no warranty on these guys at all. But with this, you're getting that great warranty as well. All right, here's the story. Now almost 2,000 have been ordered. I love the idea of surprising somebody with a great bowl set. Because you know what you realize? If you've got a bowl from this collection, some bowl you got at a yard sale, another bowl somebody left at your house 2 Christmases ago, and you get rid of them all and you get a brand new set. There is something so awesome about having great bowls. Now, even when I pop popcorn, it's great to throw it in here.
I know I'm showing you recipes. Now I'm going to make another version of our chopped salad. Spargo is famous for its chopped salad, but if I have it for myself, for example, I use a little bit of sausage. Now you get my knives already. You know, we still have a few knives left.
Do we have some knives left? Yeah, we're going to show this in a second. We do have them.
Okay, we have them. So you cut the sausages in little cubes. Okay. Put it in a bowl here. So you can add some beans, lentils, peas, whatever you have. And then a little bit of cheese, obviously, is good too. Okay, that's really nice and soft. Cheddar cheese. Okay, and we're going to cut that in cubes. So you don't want to put good food in bad casseroles or bad pans. So you need a nice bowl, and then life is easy.
That's a good point. It's a great point.
Yeah, so you have this. Then, Marianne, you want to help me a little bit? You want to make a little balsamic vinegar or something for me?
Oops, the tomatoes are
I cut the tomatoes a little bit, so if they're too big, because you want everything be the same.
Hey, by the way, the knife set, here it is. I'm sorry, Dan, what did you say? Oh, my gosh, what color? Okay, we're down to red only, which Wolfgang's actually working with. It's the most popular color, and we have 300 of those available, and it is last call on that huge knife. Look at the price on that. That's awesome.
I know, it is amazing price. You know, one knife like that, a real chef knife, will cost you just as much already, or more. You know,
yeah,
the whole set.
What,
so
$39?
Go out there,
wow.
Do yourself a favor, and buy yourself a good knife set.
By the way, he has a set of 3 bamboo
cutting
boards.
Yeah.
And you can ask, they're beautiful. And so if you see the cutting board he's working on, it is a set of 3, and I know that's still available too. I don't think it's sold out yet.
We need a little bit of this.
Too.
I even chopped my salad, and with this big knife, it's really easy. So if it's too big, because you want everything about the same size.
Why is uniformity important?
Well, I think to me, you eat first with your eyes. So it's really important to actually chop everything the same way. And with our big knife, this is my chef's knife, it's really simple. So look at that. See that? Now I'm done almost. One more chop through. And if you want something really fine, you chop it like this. All right. Now we're going to add that to our thing here. And you give me a little, we have the fork over there. I did a tongue. Okay. Marianne made a little balsamic vinegar. Always add a little bit of salt and a little bit of fresh ground pepper to your salad. And then we throw that in here. A little of the vinaigrette, the cover. And we need some plates, and then we are done. Or serve that with our bread. The bread maker is gone. Look at
the bread maker sold out, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Perfect. So you can take that to your office just like that. It seals it hermetically. I mean, this is really a great way to eat.
Here it is.
Best lunch ever.
I know. Now look at that here. See that? So you don't have to worry about any contamination from other foods or whatever, because stainless steel is really the best way to go. It's the most durable, and also it's the cleanest, the easiest to clean, and it's always clean, so it's really easy.
And yours is so durable. That's the thing. There's a lot of stainless steel out there that's thin, and it dents, and it gets ruined. You know, you drop it, and you're like, great, I got a dent on it. Yeah. This is designed to really last, and it comes with a 5-year warranty on top of that, too.
That and my cheese sandwich, it's perfect.
So you got to put it in here and take it with you on the plane with your sandwiches for you and the pilot and everybody. Customer pick, now over 2,200 have been ordered. Here's what we've got going. With the customer pick, 171 stars. It's 50% off retail.
Save that for you. You can eat it.
You guys,
glass. You like salad?
I love salad. Are you kidding me? Glass breaks, thin dents. It doesn't go to rust.
You want a little salad?
All that crazy collection you have.
Over you?
No, it's okay. All that crazy collection you have at home doesn't really fit under your counter. Look at this. Everything fits. Literally. 14 pieces, just like this.
Give me a little bit. We're going to send some to Sid's wife over there. Marianne just arrived from Miami.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's send her a little salad.
That is so good.
And that's for you.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, bring them a little salad over there.
All right,
okay,
Wolfgang, we have 5 minutes left. Do you want to show some other stuff?
All right, yeah, well, now, finally, with Marianne, when she finishes the salad. Now, you all know, when you want to bake, you only have a small bowl. Because people always tell me, well, I don't really need the big bowl. How are you going to mix a cookie dough? Any kind of things in here. I remember when I was a kid, I made my first birthday cake for my grandmother. I got a recipe from the pastry chef, and I had a bowl like that size probably. You know, we had only a little kitchen and a bedroom, only a 2-bedroom things. We ate meat once a day, once a week.
Wow.
So, but my mother was a good baker. So she always made little cookies. So I came home with all the eggs, like, I don't know, 20 eggs and the 2 pounds of flour and a pound of sugar and a big thing of chocolate. I tried to put it in here, yeah. So what did I do? Sheepishly, when my grandmother wasn't looking, I took it and I threw it in the garbage.
Did you really?
Yeah. And then it came out like a rock. It was terrible. And it was so funny. And then I said, you know what? If we would have had a big bowl, I could have actually made it and then maybe make 2 molds full.
That's right, okay. So this is obviously a huge difference, too.
Exactly. So you put it in a bowl like that, and then you get a mixer or our dough hook, our what do you call it?
The hand mixer?
The hand mixer or the stand mixer or the immersion blender.
Yeah, immersion blender. All right.
That's what I meant.
Show us some other ideas, if you don't mind, in terms of what you can do with these.
Well, I love this one. This isn't the biggest one, ice and soda or beer, because, you know, when it's time to serve, it's great to have pieces that can multitask in your kitchen. We've used it to bake a princess cake, bake even a cake mix. Once you've dressed it up with some fondant, you can make it your own and people will think you're amazing.
What temperature can it go up to?
whatever, most normal baking of a cake is $3.50.
Yeah.
Absolutely no problem.
Wow.
The best movie night at home popcorn bowl ever, enough to share.
Yep.
This is an Empress cake where we use store-bought rolls, filled it with ice cream, and we've used this gorgeous shape as a mold. Wouldn't you be proud to serve that? And yet it came from your mixing bowl.
And you can make it any size you want. So you don't have to make the big one. You can make small ones, individual ones. So it's up to you.
This is baked Alaska. A gelatin, and look at the three little baby ones lined up with red velvet.
Oh, and you use these little guys for that. You use this one?
Look, isn't that adorable?
So
and you get 3 of them, so a little trio.
I love that. Also,
And what is it? That we only are here for another 20 minutes.
That's it. This is it. We've got the last half hour. Wolfgang's here. We've now sold 2,600 of the bowl sets.
Yeah.
If you've got a if you want to give somebody who loves to bake or loves to cook, they're in the kitchen, or maybe starting out, I would recommend our cookware set, and I would get this bowl set.
Exactly.
If you've got both of those for somebody, let's say they're new to the kitchen, would that be a perfect combination?
I think it's a fantastic combination, though, where I will tell you, I probably would get a griddle for my house. Looking at how much I use my griddle, and obviously you need pots and pans.
Right.
I think to me that's the most important. And then you need some of the bowls for sure. If you don't have nothing, get the griddle, the cookware set, and the bowls, you're set.
You really are. I mean, that's like the super combo, the trifecta of having really a perfect kitchen.
Exactly. And how much would you spend?
Well, flex
under $300 for a whole kitchen, where could you get that?
That is an excellent point. That's a great point.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and we've got FlexPan, all of that stuff. And so if you are looking at something, you're saying, hey, you know what, my daughter's getting married and they're starting out in their new house, just go, you know what, for Christmas we're going to set them up.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if when you were really young, if someone bought you very fine quality and bought you everything you needed, how successful you'd be in the kitchen? Because don't you think a lot of people get discouraged when they start to cook because they're cooking with lousy stuff?
Exactly.
They don't have good bowls.
They don't have good bowls. They don't have anything to make pancakes. If you want to have just an old pan, which is not straight, try to make a pancake, it's impossible.
That's true. That's true.
If you don't have real good casseroles, it's very difficult to cook, and you burn things very easy.
Right.
The same thing is when you have the right utensil, the right appliance, you can be a good cook. And it's not me. No, for sure I'm a professional cook, and I have a lot of experience. But you will gain experience too, because once you see how well that works, you're going to say, I don't mind spending time in the kitchen. I'm going to have fun in the kitchen. It's going to be easy, not like when you have these ugly bowls or you don't have the right pots and pans. You always struggle. Make your life easy, because that's for a lifetime. You started right now, so you want the pots and pans right now. This is it to get it. This is the time. $149? The griddle, how much? $90? $79? I mean, that's crazy.
And these are what, under 50, and we have 2 flex.
And you can give part of the pots and pans or the bowls away if you don't want them, or make a present out of it.
But talk to this too. I mean, a lot of times if people start off the wrong way, they go, oh, I hate cooking. I'm not a good cook. And they get discouraged, and so they don't really understand and enjoy it.
Exactly.
But he's right. Once you get the right tools, all of a sudden you go, this recipe is relevant. It's easy. I can do this.
Hey, if you're going to try anything, if you're going to try to mow your lawn, if you don't have the right lawn mower, it's going to be a pain, and it doesn't going to look right. But if you have the right lawn mower, it browses right through, and it's so easy and it's fun.
All right, so let's go back over. I'm missing one of our bowls, but we'll just pretend it's there, because I'll give you the sizes.
It's there.
Is it
we can grab this one.
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay, it's fine. So what you're getting here is you're getting the big guys. This is the 8 quart.
Look at that. They're all nestled in here, and I'm going to give them out as you tell them.
You ready? All right, so we're going to do the...
All right, the next size
up. The next size up. That's the 8 quart. This is the 5 quart.
Okay, here.
Here's our 3 quart.
Here.
This one is, I got to flip my card. This one is the 1.5 quart.
Okay, and then
I love these little guys.
Then you have the 3
You
small
got the 3
ones.
little fellas.
Yeah.
And these are nice for leftovers too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you got leftovers, one,
if
2.
you have some chopped onions, you put them in the refrigerator with this, it doesn't smell up your refrigerator. Garlic, pesto, anything, you can keep it right here. Grated cheese, keep it in here.
Why did you make the lids like this? Most lids we see go over the edge.
No.
These actually fit in.
I want them to be tight, so that way if there's liquid, it won't come out. If there's flavor and some strong smelling things in here, it won't come out. So I want it to fit really tight, so it makes it really easy like that.
And it all nests into the last one. Everything, including the lids, fit in this. That's it. This is all the space it's going to take, and you're getting...